Okay, I don't really know how to start this. I'm just gonna go ahead and I guess get started with this. And I've never done something like this. I'm kind of going completely off script, no like anything. I just, I kind of feel like reflecting on this past year because this past year has been kind of crazy. It's been a year that's been just full of change. First of all, like just in my life. It's been a lot of just crazy stuff that's been happening and a lot of growing up I've had to do this year, basically. Uh, just in general, uh, it's been, it's been a lot. And then the YouTube stuff has also gotten crazy, reaching like 1,000 subscribers and all that, which is pretty cool. So, and just a bunch of stuff that's happened that's led to this year being, pretty cool year. It's also been a very stressful year. I've also been, it's been a year where there's been a lot of burnout, a lot of demotivation, and also just a lot of online stuff that's been happening that's just kind of been kind of hard on me. But yeah. So basically what I'm just gonna do, I'm just gonna just kind of talk. I'm gonna kind of give a rundown of just throughout the year. I have like a notepad with like some notable stuff. I'm gonna go through my YouTube videos, kind of see anything notable pops up. And yeah, it's like probably just gonna be like a black screen, just audio only if you care that much. I mean, I don't want to do anything fancy for this. It's almost the New Year's. It's 10:38 as I speak, so. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. I mean, January, started off fine. Starting out the new year, just kind of started my second semester of senior year of high school. It was my, last year, senior year, last year. And it's kind of like January was fine. It was more just kind of like as it got on, it's kind of like it's more. I realized like, man, I'm almost done with high school, and like high school was just very. I think for me at least they were good years. I think high school was very good for me at least. Maybe not freshman year, but like I met a lot of really cool friends. Got to be a part of a lot of really fun like stuff, especially being involved in stuff like theater. The theater stuff at my school was crazy, and I loved it a lot. Yeah, I formed, especially senior year, I was forming a nice friend group, and we still talk. I mean, not as often, but like I still want to we still sometimes do stuff. I mean, now that I'm at college, it's a little hard to do that, but yeah. But yeah, it's just kind of, I mean, really, it's not too much to say for like the first like couple months, because mainly just at least in terms of like school, because it's mainly just focusing on school and all that, and like theater stuff, and just getting that done, and it's going well. And yeah, it's like in terms of like the YouTube content, I mean, I don't know, overall it was going fine. Started off the year with versus Imposter, which is kind of funny. But then yeah, just kind of making stuff. February, March. I mean, February, March, April. It was kind of more similar. It's like kind of just doing the schoolwork. I mean, I was doing Sound and Music as my last theater production at my school, and that was really fun. But yeah, no, in general, I was just kind of making content, focusing on school and having a good time. Like April was pretty notable because it was at least for me, because it was when the Cowboy games started coming back, and like the remastered ones, and that's been doing exceedingly well on the channel. Just the remakes overall, and just the Cowboy stuff in general has definitely gotten a lot like pretty big this year. And just in general, my videos have started to like get a lot more attention this year compared to like previous years, which was really nice and really cool to see. It's like this was kind of when I started growing a bit of more of an audience, and it was really just cool to see. I started dipping my toes into like live streaming and whatnot a bit more. It's like I think that started with I think it really started with Cowboy the Trouble in Loveland update. I think. No, actually, it was okay. It was like FNF mods I was playing. Never mind. But overall, it's like I mean, got more into streaming around this time, and that was pretty cool. It's like April, I believe, was yeah, I think it was April when April's when I got into One Shot, and if you know me, it's like I kind of have grown a big old fondness of that game. I love it to bits. It's, yeah. I also got into Hollow Knight around that time. Maybe not, well, it was like a little bit later. It was like during the summer, I think, but yeah. But you know, yeah, it was overall like first half of the year in particular was just kind of like I was doing good, motivation was going strong. I was just making a lot of content, and it was great. And I was also just kind of enjoying my I was enjoying my last year of high school. It was going well. We keep going. It's like going into the summer. I mean, May, June. It was kind of the end of my high school the years, and that was a little like I don't know if I say bittersweet. It was more kind of like, it's kind of a shame that, it's already, it felt like it flew by so fast, but, it was still fine. It's like, I still had a good time. And it's kind of one of those things where I knew I would be seeing friends and whatnot again in the future, so it wasn't a huge deal to me. It was more just kind of the whole aspect of, I gotta start getting ready for college, which a lot of the summer was kind of getting ready for college. Though June I also had a school trip to Europe. Visited Germany, Austria, and Switzerland, and a bunch of other stuff. And that was a really good trip. That was just so much fun. Just sightseeing and like seeing all the different just seeing the various events and like just cool stores and just all the stuff that was over in another part of the world. It was my first time really going out of the state, going out of the no, not out of the state, out of the country, like going out of the country. Like for the first time, and that was such a cool experience to me. Very good. It wasn't perfect. There's a couple like issues here or there. Last day was fun for reasons I'm not gonna go into. Let's just say it's like my body was not happy with me that day. But I still had a fantastic time, and yeah, it's like that's kind of when it was just a solid 2 weeks of just having fun. Heading back and then just kind of continuing my summer. And then yeah, like overall the summer was like fine. It was fun. It was fairly busy, but like I was still able to pump out some content here or there. I remember it's like I was doing more theater stuff like outside of school and whatnot because I enjoy doing that. More of my videos doing well. I mean, more Cowboy stuff. July was when I got introduced to Pretty Blood, and that's that's a whole thing. Still some of my like most viewed videos, or like the videos I constantly keep getting attention, which I don't know how to feel about that, to be honest, because like I'll be for real, like especially like recently, I've kind of realized like, man, I really don't like that show very much, aside from like Red Snow. But it's still like I didn't expect it to blow up as big as it did. Like the fact that it did was just, dude, it's kind of crazy to me. I guess when you got a guy who normally doesn't like freak out too much to horror stuff, suddenly being very uncomfortable by all the torture and such. I mean, yeah, it's funny because like the first Pretty Blood video in particular was funny because my mom stumbled across it. My mom watches my content, and she saw that, and I'm just kind of like, oh crap. It's like, wait a minute, that's not what I wasn't expecting my mom to like suddenly just stumble across that, but she didn't mind too much, so it was fine. It's just funny to me. But yeah, and then yeah, just the summer as a whole was kind of just, so content was a little slow sometimes because of like the theater stuff I was doing, but it was still fun. I was still having a fun time with it. It's like I made a Hollow Knight video at one point. I was starting to. This was when I really started to like branch out a lot more. I mean, I was already kind of doing that like in June and all that. And, like spring was when I started to like branch out a little bit more compared to like other stuff. Not even that. It's like that's when like other like non FNF or Cowboy stuff was like doing well for me. It's like I think it was like I was making videos on like some weird Mario like horror games. I was doing playtime with Percy. Those videos did all right. Especially I think it was like the one of the challenge. It was a challenge video I did, or it was just like doing the challenges in the game. Like that was been doing well. I mean, I started doing more reaction stuff. I think the reaction stuff is fine. I mean, it's not too much to say. Yeah, games like Iron Lung and whatnot. I played Rivals of Aether with Mikey Boy. That was a fun time. It's like, it was kind of nice to actually collaborate with more people. I mean, that's kind of something I've been doing a little bit. I mean, mainly with like some friends, but like it was kind of cool to like, you know, play some Rivals of Aether with Mikey Boy. And he's been a cool guy. I've been talking with him a lot. He's pretty cool. Yeah, it's like, but yeah, it was pretty much. I'm getting a little ahead of myself because like I'm kind of glancing over August, and I'm kind of realizing like, oh yeah, like August was when I went to college. I moved into my dorm and started my first semester of college. And college was, you know, it started off fine. It was a fine first semester. I'm not even gonna say like it went bad or anything. It was fun. I had a good first semester. Got a little rough towards the end for a variety of reasons, but yeah, it's like first couple months, like first 2 months or so, it's like yeah, things were going smoothly. I was having fun. I was getting involved in you know, clubs and whatnot. I made a bunch of friends, made some friends, and we got a group together. And now a group of us now just play some D&D and like just kind of screw around. You're gonna see me play Lethal Company with some friends from that college school friend group. Probably after this is out. Definitely after this is out. But yeah, I'm like college has been a good experience for me so far. I mean, it's first semester, so I still got a couple years and a couple more semesters. But yeah, it's like, you know, it took a sec to like kind of get situated. It took a little while to get used to like being by myself, especially since you know, the college I'm staying at, it's 6 hours away from where I live normally. So that was definitely an adjustment period to me. But yeah, no, overall, like especially like August and September, I think went pretty smoothly. I mean, I was kind of focusing a bit on like, you know, college stuff, getting situated, figuring out my classes and whatnot. And I was still like doing some YouTube stuff. So YouTube stuff was kind of slowing down. Was kind of slowing down a tiny bit here or there, at least somewhat. It's like sometimes it was just like I was busy with stuff, so I didn't have time to record. So yeah, but it's like yeah, I was still doing fine. I mean, a lot of it, I liked a lot of the videos I made. I think like yeah, it's like end of September was when I started playing Oblivious Casa. That was a fun series I did. And yeah, I mean, overall, there's not much else to really say for that. It's kind of when we get into October is when things start to get a little like, it's like October is when things start to get a little rough. Cause like, you know, up until this point, like the year's been great. I mean, having like for not only for like just like IRL, but also like mentally and just like for myself, like online is just going smoothly. I've been having a great time. My motivation was like at an all-time high. I was very happy with where I was. But then October kind of rolled around. And those of you who have like in the cowboy community probably know where I'm going with this. But yeah, it's like, you know, October started fine. You know, I was doing a Blitz Casa. I made another Pretty Blood video, which did well. And yeah, just doing some other stuff. You know, made 2 FNF videos. That did pretty freaking well. But then it was towards like the end of October was with the whole Mango Key situation. I'm not gonna go into much detail about like the situation. You probably already know about it. It's been done and dealt with for a while. It's like I don't want to bring that back because we've all moved on from it. But at the same time, like that whole situation, like that was kind of when things started to get kind of like not so fun for me, at least mentally. And chalk this up to me being online way too much, to be honest, because I realized that this year I've been kind of on the internet way too much. That's probably on me, being kind of goofy, and like maybe I should like take some time off the internet here or there. But it's kind of like, especially when I made my videos on the whole like situation, like I didn't really know what to think. I was very like, my brain was kind of in disarray. I kind of didn't know what to think. I wasn't happy. I was very upset by how things were what things were happening. I didn't share with really anybody, or at least not anyone like IRL. I was kind of hiding the fact that like I was kind of stressed and all that, because like I don't want to inconvenience people with my stressing out. It's kind of an issue I have in general, where I just kind of don't like to talk about my mental feelings and how like I don't like talking about what stresses me out. And I don't like talking about the fact that I sometimes get pretty like stressed about stuff, because I feel like if I do, I'm just gonna be like making other people worry for really no reason. I don't want people to worry. It's kind of an issue with me. But it's like, yeah, even like now, you know, I look back to these videos and I just kind of think, man, I just feel kind of really crappy for making these videos. Because it's one of those things where I still feel like the shockwaves of the situation were, were worsened by my videos. I feel like I kind of played a part in just kind of screwing over, really just screwing over a community I really cared about. Um, that whole situation just kind of like, it destroyed a lot of passion within the community. A lot of people who were making cool stuff about it stopped. Uh, stuff like the Cataboy anime show, some stuff that I was actually really looking forward to seeing got canceled because of the whole situation. And it's really because, I mean, it probably would have gotten big anyways, but like the fact that I made, videos on it, considering I'm kind of, you know, a big part of the community, like a big figure in the community, I guess. As weird as that is to say, because I really don't feel like I'm that important in the community, but I guess I kind of am. I don't know. But like, seeing these people saying they're gonna quit these projects, they're gonna stop working on like that, it kind of hurt because it's kind of like I feel like I was kind of destroying a lot of the passion in this community. I feel like I was kind of just destroying a community, and even today I still feel like crap over the way I handle things, even though I feel like I didn't even really do anything wrong. It's like I keep telling myself that like I didn't, I was just kind of giving my thoughts on things. Like that's all I did. But I feel like just kind of the snowball effect it had on the community is just kind of I still feel bad about it. And even like afterwards, it kind of shows in my content sometime a little bit. I think the biggest thing was my first video on the Cattleboy during the Cattleland video, which still hasn't even cracked 1,000 views. Like the Cattleboy stuff hasn't done as well as like the other stuff, and noticeably so. So that kind of didn't help things because like Cattleboy content used to consistently be like, okay, you would get some good like views out of it. Um, and like I'm not saying 800 views, 400. It's like it's not bad for me, but like it was so much better, which didn't help. And then just in general, the vibe of that video was not like you could tell I was just angry. I was just angry at everything, and I was stressed. And it kind of just led into November. It's like my birthday was on the 8th, but like I turned 19, but like I still just couldn't shake the feeling like I wasn't really happy. I'm still kind of like struggling with it a little bit myself. It was just kind of stupid. I'll fully admit. Like everyone else has moved on from that whole situation, and I'm the only one who I feel like I'm the only one who hasn't, in a way, because like I still feel mentally just kind of beat up over it. I've kind of acknowledged that it's kind of stupid, honestly. It's like I probably shouldn't let it affect me. I'm trying not to, but my brain's stupid. What can I say? But yeah, it's like November. It's like I was kind of still doing content. I mean, it was doing all right. I made my first ever like game review when I did Finati: The End of Disney. Like that was cool. In fact, I'm still trying to like I have plans for more reviews. I just need to like get my butt to do them. I have to like motivate myself. That's kind of been an issue for like the tail end of this year, was motivation. Because yeah, as a whole, I just was not feeling. I wasn't feeling very good about what I was making. I wasn't feeling very like confident in what I was doing, and I feel like that kind of showed in my content a little bit. That could just be me. Like maybe I'm good about hiding my feelings on camera. I try to hide my feelings on camera. I'm a theater kid. I gotta be good at acting, you know? I don't want to make my videos like me being angry the whole time. That would just be sucky and unfun. So that's kind of what I hope I did well on that. But yeah, it's like November was just kind of more like some Cowboy stuff. I did some Sonic.exe, more FNF here or there. I made a Cowboy compilation, only 300 views, which is kind of like that's. And then yeah, it's like November was kind of, and then yeah, November was also just a stressful month in general. Or I say stressful, but it's more kind of like it was mainly after my Thanksgiving break, the 3 weeks I had where it's just kind of getting ready for finals and all that. It kind of blended into December a little bit too, but it's like those 3 weeks before my semester ended were particularly rough because As much as I was enjoying my college classes and whatnot, the last 3 weeks were kind of like, the end of the semester. We weren't doing much in classes anymore. So the days just kind of felt like they dragged on and on. And like with finals looming over me, it was kind of adding more stress because I had to study for that. And I also tried to make sure to stay on top of like making YouTube content and not like making one video a week, because doing that would like really hurt my channel, I feel like. And it was definitely like just stressful, and I really did not have the energy I had towards the first half of this. Even before like October, like I just didn't have the energy I had. I just didn't feel very. I just wasn't very happy with how things were going, and I just couldn't shake the feeling that I was still feeling back when the whole situation in October happened. Because like I'm still just thinking to myself like, how are y'all able to move on from, especially Mangoki? How are you able to move on from this? I'm like, how are you in particular remotely cool with me being like still around online? I'm like, considering I ruined a large part of a community of your games, I'm like, I'm shocked that you're even remotely okay with me, or like even cool with chatting with me. Because like he was the one who gave me a Blue Sky account in the first, like, I didn't think he would ever do anything like that, but okay. I'm like, thanks, but like I'm shocked that you were cool enough with me to do that. I feel like if I was in Mangoki's shoes, I wouldn't want to like, I wouldn't want to talk to that, but whatever. It's like I'm trying to move on, but like as you can tell, I'm not really. I don't know. This is what I get for doing this unscripted. I just kind of ramble on about things. I have an issue with that, and yeah, going into December especially, it's like the stress was still getting to me, and just in general, it's like I just was ready to go home for winter break. And winter break has been great for me so far, I must say, because like it's just giving me time to clear my head and to relax a little bit. I haven't pet my dog, just been, hanging out with my family, just kind of doing stuff, hanging out with them, playing some games with them. I was playing some Pokemon with my sister, having a good time, just not focusing on the stresses of just everything. It's like Christmas was very nice. I got to visit my dad's side of the family on Christmas Eve. We got to just, hang out with family, talk. It was nice. And it was definitely a very nice stress reliever, especially after the craziness that was just like those 3 weeks and like finals and all that, which my finals did go well as well, so that kind of helped. It's like finishing up my last final. I think it was like a health final. I just felt accomplished for once in my life. I actually felt like I did a good thing. I did good on stuff. Though the big, in terms of like the YouTube stuff though, it was definitely kind of YouTube, like especially December was actually pretty demotivating for me as well. Which again, winter break kind of helped like take my mind off that, but like looking at the videos I made in December, none of them really did, with the exception of like the Mario's Madness video, like at the end of the year, which I'll get into that in a little bit, but like, December view-wise was just not doing well. I didn't really feel much, there was much engagement with my stuff, and I feel like that I was starting to fall off a bit, so that didn't help things either. And like, it was really like, I was kind of really burnt out at this point. I was kind of feeling really just, I didn't want to work on stuff. I just wanted to focus on, I just wanted to focus on like art, like not much else. Maybe just chatting with people, but I just didn't feel like doing anything. It was kind of rough for me. It's like even like you might notice how it's kind of like, yeah, December 16th was my one-shot stream highlights, and then I didn't really do anything until my Mario's Madness video, because I just kind of, one, I was kind of getting myself situated back at home for winter break and all that, but also it's just kind of like I didn't really want to make content too much. At least not as much as I wanted, as I usually do. Because I just kind of didn't have the energy I did. Because of it. But then, like, Christmas rolled around, it was great. And then Mario's Madness version 2 came out. And I'm like, holy crap, I gotta play this. I think it was before Christmas, I think. Or I forget exactly when, but I was like, Mario's Madness came out. It's like, I went to immediately go play it. Because, like, I wanted to. Had an amazing time. I kind of was actually having fun with content again. I was actually enjoying making a video. I kind of felt like I wasn't quite enjoying the content I was making, or at least, you know, it's kind of like the last couple of videos at the very least I felt like weren't quite as like, didn't have quite the energy they had. But like, Mario Madness V2 kind of gave me back that energy, and that was kind of nice. That was that was pretty cool. And then yeah, it's like the video sucked to like release. Like it sucked to get that video out because it took, like I saw it like over 2 days because the internet like back at home was kind of being a little goofy. So it's like I couldn't get it uploaded at all until like we reset the internet, and that took like a couple days because we didn't realize that there was anything to we didn't realize there was anything going on with like the YouTube stuff until it happened. So that was fun. And then of course when I get it uploaded and it starts blowing up, it gets limited monetization, which you might as well just demonetize the video at that point because yeah, it kind of made no money until like it got like fully remonetized basically, which is cool. And I gotta say, it's like the fact that the video is done so well within the first couple days is like amazing to me. And it's like, again, that's kind of brought back my motivation to like, okay, I want to keep making more content because clearly people are liking it. I'm like, it has like 4.5k with like over 100 likes. Like that's really good, especially for a channel like mine. So yeah, it's like I've kind of been motivated to do a bit more content. You're gonna get another video from me probably tomorrow or the day after. We'll see. But yeah, all in all, ending the year off on a pretty good note for me. But yeah, that's kind of how my year's gone. Overall, it's been a fine year. It's just it got pretty rough within the last like quarter of it. But yeah, aside from that, I don't have much else to say. I will just say it's like, I mean, I have plenty of things I want to say, but like I don't want to drag this out too long either. But like, it's like we hit 1K subscribers in August. That was like right before I went off, going off to college. That was crazy. And the fact that we've almost hit like 1.5K by the end of the year, which is awesome. I know I'm not making it. I'm not making it to 1.5K by the end of by next year. It's fine. And it's like I just I want to, after this kind of mess of a rant, I just want to say thank you all for just kind of being here. We're just kind of watching my stupid stuff. I'm glad that I've been able to provide entertainment, especially this year. And I hope that I continue to provide more fun stuff going into 2024. It's definitely been rough at times, but I definitely think, moving forward, it's going to be better. And yeah, I've been running for almost 30 minutes. Didn't expect for that to take so long. It's probably pretty incoherent, but I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about my year and just kind of, rant a little, get my feelings out. I feel like I've just bottle up my emotions too much. That kind of causes problems, so I figured I might as well just talk about it here, talk about it now while I still have a good, like, nice mindset of things. And yeah, I'm gonna end this off. Thank you guys for listening. If you've made it this far, you might have tapped out a while ago. I wouldn't blame you, but yeah, Happy New Year's. Here's a 2024 being a good year, I guess. See ya.